Music, man. Dude, I wish I had some put in a drink right now. Time is it? 7:50. Dude, I was supposed to get on at 6, man. What the I just knocked out after work. I mean, I got off of work at a decent time, like 5 like 5:20 or something. Everything's all, you know, I'm all caught up and everything. Then I was like, oh, I'll just take like a light nap. Well, that didn't happen. Because I was gonna jump on at 6 and play some PoE. So I guess I'll do that tomorrow. But I gotta yeah, just do a little bit of errands tomorrow in the morning and then PoE after. We'll see how it goes. I might just bring back the casual games again. I know I haven't really gotten to end game in some games. Like we started in Assassin stuff, and Assassin Core Keeper. We always just get to like the build, sort of like basic, you know, build a shelter, you know, start gathering materials and stuff, building up the character. Those type of long form games, they are yeah, you know. I think for me it's like Stardew is a nice intro to those type of sort of slow grindish, like I don't know how to describe it, like you build up to kind of like how Minecraft is. Like it's, you start off with just the basics, survival, getting your farm going, getting your shelter going, and then gearing up to mine and get more rare materials. Whereas I think Core Keeper and Necessity sort of accelerate that. Core Keeper is more, a little bit more closer towards Terraria ish, but I think it's still fun games. Very fun game, very like intricate and advanced mechanics, sort of macro mechanics, I guess. You know, this character right here was based off a real life character, person. I forget her name. This is an all-girl squad, huh? All-girls character squad, that is. The hell? What the? Anyone out there? What the hell is that? Ducks West.
Oh, you think they're going to the fort?
Probably.
And I don't know what's inside that building moving. I can't tell.
Could just be an infected, I think. Stepping on glass and stuff in there.
Yeah. Just freaky.
It gets me a lot too, don't worry, don't worry. Oh.
Yeah, sounds like they made it there already.
Fort. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I guess they weren't the only ones, huh? You want a third party? Can we wipe a team here?
Yeah.
Just be careful not to get pinched.
The fuck is that? I don't... Dude, if that's a grunt, that shit is freaky.
Yeah, but that shot came from like the northeast, or the east, yeah, yep.
Yeah, they're East Mountains. Right behind us.
They really shooting at us from there?
Not at us. Maybe something else.
Maybe we
Actually,
just let them get pinched instead.
That team may still be at Preston. There was a horse and dogs from over there.
Really? Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
dogs are.
Oh, who the fuck is that? Good shot, good shot.
Get hit.
Down.
The fuck? Oh, yeah. So... further down to 70 and 320. Where did body go? The guy that was down, I don't see his body anymore.
It's right there, I got witness on.
Oh. What the fuck?
The guy that was over here that was still peeking at us from somewhere, I think. Unless he's fighting somebody else?
Yeah, to 320 and 350.
Yeah, there's two different teams up here.
Yeah. Behind the rock. There's also a team pushing north from the stronghold. One's pushing you. Got this. Slick Rick. Oh my good. That bullet whizzed by. Does all three of us have birthdays? Holy. Oh. I would fall to the right. What a shot. Holy shit.
Nice try though.
Good job.
That was a nice flick.
I think that's a different team.
Probably impressive.
Yeah, it was a different team. Good try.
Sure.
There was a whole different team. Oh no.
We did our best. I mean, for what it was, we got pinched. I think we had a stronghold team. We had a separate team further east towards the. No. Yeah, I mean, we basically saw the entire server, however far they were. All right. Let me just set up a budget. Like, let's say like you're super new to the game, right? You're gonna do this, all right? I'm gonna pretend everyone's new. Okay, so what am I looking for? We're looking at the gun and the traits. I'm not too worried about the tools and stuff like that. What I do look for is the bloodlust trait. If I can get it, perfect. But if I can't, self skin. If not, horn skin. Horn skin reduces blood damage. I think the most that you will run into in terms of like getting hit by blood damage is from the armored. Sometimes the I don't know if the bear counts, but the armored grunts when they punch you, or if they have like a blunt weapon. But yeah, it's not useless, but it's also like how often are you gonna get hit by someone with a blunt weapon? It's very rare, or it's just uncommon. But okay, let's say you brand spanking new to the game. You only have 8,000 because that's what everyone starts off with. Fresh account. All right, if I had to choose amongst these four, then I would use this one. Because let's narrow it down. So this one, horn skin. I mean, the gun is fine, right? This one I wouldn't choose because bows and Nagan, I think that this setup would be a little bit too advanced. So I wouldn't recommend it. And I don't know if new players should be starting off with bows anyways. You could always take it and like keep it or sell it. Or I don't know. Well, I don't think you can sell these, but yeah. But between these two, let's say I wanted the bloodlust trait. Now we're down to the gun. You're always gonna get the same or similar stuff for the tools. You're always gonna get one melee. You're always gonna get a first aid kit, and you may either get explosives or shots, consumables. So, throwables, consumables, I guess they take up the same slot. So, between these two, now it depends on your playstyle. So if you are very CQC style, you like shotguns, you're gonna go Romero. If you're, I think for most people they would be fine with the Marathon. Now you could just run it as it is, like that. That's probably the most way to save. But what I would do is this: I would remove this. You don't need to have a machete, and switch it out for a pistol. So we're just looking at the size 1 stuff. I don't recommend new players start off with melee. You could if you want to, but I think that you're better off just using a pistol just to get the feel of the game first. In terms of what pistol, I think that the early ones that are already unlocked are like the Nagant, like the base ones. Just go for the cheapest one you can find. For now, that would be the Nagant, just the regular, or you can go with a conversion to that one. I think most players they either gravitate towards the officer. I personally like the new army. You can also go with the packs, but packs and Skyfield a little bit on the like a little pricier. They're 70 and what this one's like 80. Um, the officer sits at around 96, so that's one of the more pricey ones. Normally it's 90. So you got even the Lamet, just the base Lamet is 83 too. So your cheapest option is an Agant or the conversion. I guess every pistol's gonna have their strengths and weakness. So I'm just gonna go with that. Now, if you're only at 8k, then I would just keep it on the regular rounds for now. But you can totally enhance some of the weapons by adding in special rounds. So for something like the marathon, I personally would choose in this priority. So I would do high velocity rounds if I have the currency for it. If that's not available, like some guns don't have high velocity rounds, now I go FMJs. If FMJs are not available, then I just leave it as it is, just regular rounds. You could test with incendiary, poison, or subsonics, but those are very, how do you say it? It depends on the situation. Now we know most players don't run Mithridatus to reduce the poison. How do you call it? I think it reduces the length of how long it takes to recover from poison. You could test it. Most people won't run resistance against it. However, all it takes is one shot or 4-shot boon to reduce its effectiveness. Incendiary, people can run Salve Skin. I don't know if most people do. Maybe if I had to guess, maybe like less than 50% does. But FNJs and high velocities, I don't think there's any counter to that. Now, FNJs is more for hitting people behind walls, but it might prove useful in the middle, like let's say people are hiding behind cover. Personally, I would run high velocities. You're fine just to run regular rounds like this. You can also test with special rounds, but if you're just going for saving, then just use what you have. I'm just gonna set it up standard, like in terms of the layout. It doesn't really matter. It's just what you can put the consumable and tools in any order that you want. But personally, I was just gonna go with what it was before the inventory changes. So basically, for the first row, it's the standard setup was melee, first aid kit, and then 2 other tools, and then the rest is consumables and throwables. So right now it's just the basics. Some of the things you always need to bring. So you just use what you got, and then look for something called a choke bomb. So that's you're always gonna have to bring that in squads, especially if you're starting new. And it's only 25. You get 2 of those. 2 of those or 3 of those. I don't remember. I think 2. For this third slot, it's up to you. But for new players, I would recommend the fusees. That way you can light up. You can use it, throw it against mobs. Some of the slightly larger mobs, like the armored hives. Perfect for those. You can use it on the chickens and dogs, the caged ones. That way they make less noise. Later on, you unlock the flare pistol. You can switch to that. It's not a huge priority though. If you don't, if you are a little bit more on the aggressive side, you can try the Derringer penny shot and quad Derringer once you unlock them. Personally, I would prefer the quad Derringer because it's cheaper, but it's preference at that point. Um, Also, you do have the options of traps too, although they're a little bit more on the pricier side for the better ones, like the Constantinus 90, Poison's 30, Ledge 30. So if that's your style, then go for it, but you're okay with just running um, fusies, I guess. So just that. For the bottom row, and technically you can take anything you want. I would recommend for new players starting off with a weak shot if you don't have one, if your recruit didn't came with one. And then I don't think you start off with the region shot, so you can go with double weak shot, or you can go with a weak stamina shot. That's fine too. So double weak shot, double vitality weak shot, or vitality and stamina shot. I don't think you can go wrong with that setup. Once you do get the region shot, I would do that. Um, there's also the recovery shot too, but that's 140. So I would say don't try to prioritize that. Only use it in sort of a high stakes, like for example, if you're about to hit 50 on a character and you want to be able to win that match and survive, I would take a recovery shot. But for the most part, you'd be fine with this vitality and regen setup. So there's that. And then I say the antidote shot is I don't know how often you'll be running into getting poison damage. I mean, it does help, but I think you're better off just taking another grenade. So whatever you had, the Molly, Firebomb, and then I think you're just gonna start off with a dynamite stick. So take that. It's not that pricey. It's only like 18. So yeah, there's just the full setup. And obviously you only get that one trait, so you're gonna have to hopefully win your match and build up your character from here. So there you go, a straight up budget build using the free recruit, and the marathon is a decent rifle as well. So especially for new players, you can run that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Later on, you're gonna figure out that the meta kind of prefers, or the preferable setup for this meta is, I mean, if you're looking at the upper right, you'll see this full rifle, full marathon is 4 slot, and this pistol's 1 slot. Later on, once you get a little bit more currency, you'll be able to get a 3-slotted weapon and a 2-slotted secondary. So right now it's a 3-slotted weapon, rifle, plus this 2-slotted shotgun. Because especially with the stronghold, see the trenches in the background. Yeah, you're gonna be getting into a lot of CQC situations, and what other better way to what other better weapon to take than the shotgun to a CQC fight, you know? Oh, does this waste rounds? You know, I didn't know that this weapon 44 reserved. Yeah, 5. I'm just gonna look it up. I just see it here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, like 22 or something? Oh, 16. I can't even count right now. Jeez, this weapon has 16 in the barrel. I mean, 16 in the chamber or whatever. Integrated mag. Plus 44 reserved. That's way. That's crazy. I realized that I was putting drops in the title on the YouTube side, and that's incorrect. Because YouTube, you can't accumulate drops or accumulate time for drops. You can only do it on Twitch, so I removed it. My bad about that. Because basically, when I put my title into Restream, it puts it into both channels. But when I make an update on Restream, it updates all channels connected to it. So yeah, it took on that title. And I realized, oh shoot, you can't get drops on the YouTube side. My bad. If you do the command, if you need the settings, it's exclamation mark hunt sense or hunt settings, or I can't remember. It was hunt GFX and hunt sense. Exclamation mark hunt sense or hunt GFX. Oh boy. Oh, we're going straight to the stronghold. Okay. But yeah, if you still want the drops, you had to link your hunt to Twitch, your Twitch account. You can still use watch YouTube, but you just had to have Twitch in the background, like muted, not muted, but you know what I mean. No volume on. Maybe somebody can like convince Crytek to implement integration with YouTube. That'd be nice. I want, you know, I want people to be able to get reward from both or either one. Oh, you know what? That's an upgrade from my Nagant. I do like the Skyfield. Alright, gonna go try to find some crates here. So with this new season or this new event, and within this season, you have to can extract 4 crates. You just gotta go find them, and then you put them in the little cage thing. I'll show it. If I can find one. Ideally yellow ones. The weapon crates. You're just gonna turn on 3 valve for it to be able to extract the balloon. It's like our team already got started on it. Okay, so you get these blue one ammo, with the black ones are dollars, and the yellow ones are weapon or whatever. Just grab one of these. I think they started turning on the valve already. So we got another yellow here. I'm gonna run upstairs and drop this off. I don't know the way upstairs apparently. Alright, so here's the thing. Oh. Okay. Now this is kind of a risk versus reward thing. So you can risk and try and get higher rewards by going for more crates. It's kind of like juicing up your rewards. But the longer you linger, the likelier you are to encounter people who are rushing the stronghold. So it's up to you. It's like if you want to take the time to find more loot, sure, but you might run into other players and get killed. But yeah, it's possible to get 4 boxes in there. Sometimes you might even find like 6 yellow boxes on some occasions. Just man, be careful out there, I guess. It doesn't hurt to grab traps like bear traps or tripwire mines, especially with these type of strongholds where you have some choke points. Like if I had, say, 4 traps, I would put down 1 right there, right near that doorway. Or you can put it a little bit away from the doorway, that way it doesn't trigger right away. So when they open the door, they think they're fine, and then they'll walk right into it. And maybe put a barrel right there. Like, if you can get one of these guys. Put a barrel right there. You pop that lantern, it will detonate the barrel. Or you can put a little bit further since the fire does spread. If I had another trap, I would go down here. And then I would put it... Okay. Yeah. There's no lamp here, but I would just put it like here. Make it pretend like you have a trap set down, I guess. Cause I don't have anything to trigger it with. You need a light trap to trigger those explosive barrels. Okay, so our guys are on the move. Let's go. Usually there's a table here that you can check out where it has like $100. Grab that, grab a beetle. Apparently there was another Scotfield brawler. Oh, sometimes you can find on the table you might find a rifle that you can pick up. So if you were looking to switch out your current weapon for, say, I don't know, a cavalry or something, or sparks, then feel free to switch it out, I guess. But especially if you're starting with a new character and you don't have much, it doesn't hurt to grab a better rifle. Kinda wanna get that Posux. We'll worry about it later. Shots. Please go. Alright, Twinkle Toes, you bastard. Oh Jesus, this guy just took on 3 people. Kinda looks like that ADC from League of Legends, the tall guy with the like long legs. Oh, you mother. Oh, fuck that. Oh, how many people are on there? Jesus Christ, man. Dude, if they have pain sense, I'm screwed. I'll res him.
There's 2 more over there. Watch out.
Fuck. I'm gonna heal up real quick. I think I see him. 2 West 270. Fuck you. I'm getting dinked. Damn it. Damn. GG. God damn it, dude. I was down to like no med stuff. Shit. But yeah, that's the marathon. It's pump action. You don't need, I don't think you need any particular traits for it. Maybe Iron Eye, but it's not absolutely necessary. But yeah, that's starter build. We can run another starter build again. But yeah, you're just looking at the primary rifle, the traits, and then maybe the secondary. But yeah, this bow one I wouldn't recommend for new players. This frontier setup is fine. If you're a shotgun, you can go with the Romero, but the Romero is a little bit tricky. It's 1-shot break action rifle. Then you got to do a full reload. So I don't know if new players would be prepared for that level of if you miss, you miss. You got to reload. So you got to learn how to take cover. You can try to start with it, but if it doesn't work out, you're okay to start with this. But out of all of these, I would select this setup. This is actually something I would do if I was trying to save, you know. But yeah, let's just move that to 7. So this is perfect. I do like the Skyfield. I think the Marathon is a decent rifle. It's not the strongest, but it for its price, and 44 plus 16 rounds, that's 60 rounds of, you know, leeway, I guess. If you miss, at least you can make follow-up shots. Yeah, so sort of the same thing. So you just kind of top off the setup. You could just go with regular rounds. If you're gonna do special rounds, just keep in mind that you need to find special ammo boxes to replenish. But yeah, so it's the same thing. You fuse these, start off. Choke bombs you're always gonna have to get. If you're lucky, you get a vitality shot right off the bat. I don't know if you start off with a regen shot early, but if you can't get your hands on it, then might as well. But you can run a weak stamina shot too if you want. Doesn't hurt to get. Preferably for me, it's double different healing. So one is, you just gotta know that one is healing over time, the other one is flat healing. This one's instant healing, this one is healing over time. The one advantage that regen shots do have is that you can pre-shoot it. So even if you're at full health, you can shoot it and you'll have a health regen effect prior to a fight. That way you can sort of tank shots a little bit sooner. So right now I don't really have an explosive, but you can start off with a cheap dynamite stick. You can go with 2 of those, or you can start off with a dynamite stick and just get yourself a firebomb. That's usually available right off the bat. And the trait, since I chose the one specifically for bloodless, I'm happy with that. But this is about as cheap of a starter build as possible. Just know that the Marathon is a compact. It uses compact ammo. These little ones here, which are similar to the ones used in some of the revolvers in this game. This Skyfoot uses a medium round, so less ammo, but hits harder. Should be able to make it work. For me, you could choose between the compact pistols with compact rounds, like at Bornheim. Well, that one's like 140, so to 160. I don't remember, but yeah, that one's a little bit more on the pricey side. But I mean, a lot of people play officer because the fire rate's pretty good and the damage is decent, so there's nothing wrong with that. I also note that if you have a rifle that uses compact ammo, there's a possibility that if you have a pistol or one-slotted weapon that uses compact ammo, the ammo would pool together. Meaning that if you use, it's like as though you're using one pool of compact, like you share it with each gun. So if you find yourself burning more ammo using a primary rifle, you still have ammo that came from your pistol to expand. So it's nice. It's nice to have a pool of ammo. However, also note that if your primary rifle, you say you selected a special round, in order to pull it with your secondary, the secondary also has to have the same special ammo. So if you ran poison rounds on your main rifle, then you would run poison round on your secondary to get the ammo to pull. But if it doesn't matter to you, just run whatever you like. I think with this season and a bunch of changes, they pretty much have reduced across the board the amount of ammo that you get from both normal and special ammo boxes. So if you're running special ammo, just keep in mind that you won't get as much back, and it's, you gotta find the black boxes, which is not as common as the red ones. Although, I mean, they're always guaranteed to be around supply stations, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Just keep in mind that if you're running special ammo on both your weapons, you might need to visit the special ammo boxes more often, or try and find them more often, because you know, you can't just replenish them at the red station or the red boxes. Yeah, I wasn't a huge Scotfoot guy at the beginning when I first started playing, but when I realized it came with the brawler, the officer also has the same thing where it has built-in brass knuckles. Then I realized that the Scotfield, just like the bags, uses medium rounds, and I was like, oh, ain't so bad after all. It hits pretty hard. Obviously, only has 6 rounds to start with. You know, 6 rounds in the chamber, not chamber, but your revolver or whatever you call it, the spinny thing. So you gotta hit your shots and hit them wisely, I guess, or choose your shots wisely. So you're gonna have to go through and reload. I guess it's kind of like the same sort of classic. Like, would you get a .45 pistol or a 9mm? One generally will have a harder kick. The other one will have more ammo to expend. One usually comes with less, like say 7 to 8 rounds. The other one will say, I don't know, 12 rounds. I don't know. I mean, the smaller the rounds, the more you can fit in the mag. That means also more follow-up shots. For me, I mean, when I started playing other shooters like COD and stuff, I really liked the .44 Magnum dot. That thing was like crazy. Also, there was no trigger delay as well. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And you can shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger. And the damage was insane. FMJs. You know what? I'll give it a shot. I know that when you do this, you're gonna obviously reduce your ammo pool. But yeah, let's see how it goes. Yeah, you can swap out your ammos in the game if you can find like ammo boxes like that, special ammo boxes. Swap them out for special rounds if you like. But just keep in mind that you're gonna from what I've seen is that if you switch out like say regular rounds for special ammo, it will reduce like a whole set. Like if you had like 20, you'd get back 10 or something like that. Catalyst. Yeah, there you go. This is the special ammo box. Red one's regular, black one's special. Look at your weapons detail and you'll figure out. If you're a new player, you'd probably want to get this experience boon to level up your account, I guess. So these are trait spurs. This one right here, that's a trait spur. You just hold F and you get the trait. You can read about it, what the trait gives, but those trait spurs. And these little paper things are boons. So I don't even know what you call it. There's 4-shot boon, experience boon, and What's the other one? Dark side boon. Basically, you just read the paper, and then you'll get the boon. It's a short. Well, XP is counts towards the end of the match. Dark side, you get whatever second they tell you. Usually it's 2 seconds of dark side. And then 1 or 2 seconds. Fourth shot is you get 3 buffs. Or 3 temporary buffs. And that is vitality, stamina, and poison buff. And I will go with the fourth one is there. Isn't it just like basic regen? Yeah, you can look at the paper. I'll tell you what it provides. But there's just 3 boons you can pick up through the paper. Then upgrade points. Upgrade points are the points you spend when you're in the character, like loadouts. And then you click on the traits, and then you can spend. You can get traits by spending upgrade points. So if you see them, collect them. Because those traits are pretty helpful. Traits in this game are like core. Aside from your weapon, they're like the second most important thing. Or aside from your general loadout. So what are we doing here? Let's go north, I guess. Well, in this event, you can extract not only the boxes that I showed last round, but you can extract the bounty token as well. So when you get to the stronghold, you just straight up banish a bounty. Wait until the timer, or wait until it completes, and then throw it in a box. And then, assuming you got the gas set up and it's full, then you can extract the bounty right away. So that's what they did. So they're still on the map somewhere, but they got their freebie. You still got other bounties you can get, like the boss ones right now that people at Reynard are fighting over. Sometimes you'll run into Ratjaw or Hellborn. Those are single bounty bosses. The ones that you can are guaranteed on the map are 2 bounty tokens. Right now we're rushing north, although it's risky because there's people southeast of us. But this extraction points to the west and the north, so we gotta get there. That way they don't try and run and extract. From my understanding, there's a bunch of water over there and tree lines. Here is more dry land, and you got tree lines. I'm gonna cut off the west side in case, but they might try and run north as well. So I gotta... Going around here would be risky because there's rivers to the north as well. So if I need to cross, I'm gonna be walking to water. It might be better to stay on their side. However, at their position, remember that there was a team at the stronghold. So they could be a team coming up from the southeast. We might get pinched from the south and the north. That's why I'm standing on this side, even though it's a little bit at a disadvantage because it's kind of downhill.
Other two ran into the building right here.
Two at the lower levels. Okay, remember what I said about regen shot? You can pop it ahead of time and reduce. You start healing and as you fight, so you can kind of tank damage better. That's a new team south of us.
Yeah.
I think that's the
Stronghold team.
like team.
And back up. Is that her martini? The hell? She hits like a truck. She's using a martini, I can tell. I used to use it. Trying to suss out if they're in this building. I don't want to go right in there because I don't know who's in there. I'm not exactly sure if this building's empty. I haven't checked.
There's 4 people dead, 2 on the building, and the other 2 that I've seen are like on the southeast side. So this building should be clear.
Yeah, they're on like the southeast side of the big building. I think one's at least second floor. Oh my lordy. Yep. He's French. That was in a bad spot. I think that's the Stronghold team that showed up. No, she fell. Oh shit. Might be safer to res him first. Yeah. She has a Mako, our teammate has a martini. Yeah, I would res him first. Because for me, I could be hand res. I think we could third party them. Because they're fighting. The people from Stronghold are here. So this is she has a hand crossbow with a choke bomb. Thank you.
Rekill. Right here. Underneath. Behind here. Right here pushing him.
Right above me. What the fuck? Oh hell no. Oh my god, I get smoked. Dude, my teammates are like carrying the shit. Dude, you know how many people they killed already? Where are they?
Last 2 people. Silence and that.
I hit him.
One more.
Hitting bus. Nice. Tricky bastard. Holy. Ah, the Maynard. You coward. No wonder he ran like a rat. You wanna know what happens when you turn the lights on? The rats flee like they're jumping off the ship. Dirty, dirty fucking bastard. Uh-huh. I don't have any respect for Maynard players. Sorry, snipers. Sometimes it be like that, man. There's just a right way and a wrong way to snipe, and I find that most minute players are like insufferable, I guess. Sorry to all those snipers who are legit. Got omelets. This guy was down to just one special shot, special ammo rifle. It's crazy. Jesus Christ. It's bloodbath. What was that? Oh shit. Oh sweet, thank you. I should introduce her to Ken. Yellow pigment. There's a another person that we play with called, her name is Red. I forgot her name. Red something star. Imagine that, yellow pigment and red leaf star, or I can't remember her name. If you thought I was aggressive in terms of gameplay style, she's on the next level. Like hyper aggressive. There's aggressive and then there's hyper aggressive. But I think I would mesh better with her playstyle. Because I think I generally am striving for that type of like fast-paced gameplay. I think her style would probably lead her, like with more practice, would probably put her easily in 5-star ranks or at least 5 stars or above. 5.5. Alright, so this is what I meant when I said meta setup. You go in there with free loadout, and I came back out with a 3+2, so 3 slotted rifle plus 2 slotted shotgun, and this is exactly the meta setup. So just the weapon itself. So I came out pretty big with that. Now what do you do with all of these explosives? Just save them. GG. What if one of them goes down right now? I have to pick him up. Nah, I think she would mesh well with yellow. But this team just literally wiped like half the server. Or the half of the remaining people from the fight. I only picked up like 1-2 people. Honestly, I like that style. They were very forward. They weren't like, we sat around when we needed to, but we also pushed when it, time came. But yeah, so this is a pretty good setup. Now what do? I would just say keep some of the more valuable stuff. So if you pick up like liquid fire bombs, big dynamite, just keep them. And just, for me, is what I like to do is, and obviously if you have an extra copy, it's gonna get rid of it. So you could either bring it into the next round or just store them away. I don't really need them. I've always felt like the best way to approach this game is to go in with little and come out a lot, and then save what you like. If it's super valuable, like you found a Mosin, or you found like, I don't know, Craig or something, then keep them in your inventory for later on and just use your cheaper weapon again. So yeah, and then just use the same tools that you already had, or just replenish. So go in small, come out big, right? This setup is fine. If you could, I would say switch this out for a heavy knife. Why? Because the heavy knife you can slash concertinas with the barbed wires or razor wires. I mean, they're not razor wires, just concertinas. Like if somebody threw concertinas at a doorway or throw it on your buddy, you'll at least you have something to slash with. You can only destroy concertinas with weapons that can slash, or dynamites. So that's why you see me bring at least one stick of dynamite. Apparently, sticky bombs doesn't work, and I don't know if frag bombs work. I don't think so. So you got to bring in a dynamite. Whatever traits that you already have, just keep them. So how I would choose traits right now, I don't think you start off with that much, but usually the top rows, right? Except for blast sense, but I think from bloodless all the way down to resilience, all of these are generally unlocked, minus doctor. But what I would suggest doing is you could either do bloodless, necromancer, vigilant, and magpie. So this one just 3 shots: antidote, stamina, and just regen. But there's also the other way, is especially with resilience, your hunter revives with up to full health. So if you go down, then there's a chance you're able to get picked up without losing like a bunch of your health. So I would do that as a starter. Now if you got more points, I would say get bulwark. That way, explosion or damage reduction from explosions by 50%. Now, some of these traits you might not have yet, like on a new account or a new character or a new account, or you just prestige and reset. So these ones are always gonna be available at the beginning for the most part. If you don't know what to get, I guess I just generally go by the general rule of you start with the core stuff, at least 1 or 2 for your weapon, and then the remaining is either defenses or utility. So vigilant, I think you should always bring with you if you could. And then I don't think you might have well, I don't know if you have blessings that early, maybe 30 or 40 or so, but it's nice to have. I guess if you're new, I would say just bring South Skin. It's only 2 points. So these are 3 points altogether, but I feel like they're valuable. So bring that. I think later on you'll eventually unlock Physician and Doctor, but Doctor is one of those where it's 9 points, but if you see him on the ground, pick him up. But you don't have to bring it. But it's nice to bring it because when you use your first aid kit, then instead of destroying say 1 chunk, you get 2. So there's that. And then Physician. So these Doctor, Physician, and Resilience are always nice to have. And this one reduces the time needed to use first aid kit, so good quality of life is absolutely necessary. Not, you don't really have to, but it's nice to have. Now if you need to start like getting more currency because you want to play a certain gun, you would consider Witness and Vulture. So Witness allows you to see dead hunters and monsters in your dark side. I'll show like a marker. So for monsters, it'll show white, like a faint white like line. For dead hunters, it'll show like a orange glow, and then I have like a white smoke, sort of linear smoke. So that's nice to have. I think that if you do have all the traits unlocked, this is how I would generally set it up. Blast sense. Pain sense is if they get hit by, or if they're being afflicted by bleeding, poison, or burning, they will be viewable in your dark side. So it's almost like a mini boosted dark side, you know? It's always helpful to have. Plus, if you get catalysts, you can see if players in your dark side, if they run out of stamina. So something that is a nice quality of life to have. Absolutely. Is it necessary? Not really, but it's really useful. And here's Catalyst. So what Catalyst does is essentially it unlocks conditional trait effects. So this is all here. So Beast Face, Kite Skin, Vigilant, Pain Sense, and Frontiersman. So I already have Pain Sense. You'll see on the upper right of these traits, I'll show orange, like a moon icon, or a little fire icon, and you just read what the catalyst trait says. So this one gets um, hunters that are stamina are viewable in dark side. This one uses 2 tools extra times, double the highlight range in dark sides. And then this one is never die from falling. So you're dying. I mean, you're jumping from heights, you won't die. And there's Beast Face. Your hunter won't be noticed at all by animals and won't break branches. So if you're playing stealthy, Beast Face is very helpful. That pairs up really nicely with Shadow. So these are skill traits. But yeah, this is monsters can't see, won't hear, attack you. So if you see any of these scarce traits, you generally want to get. Some of these are not available. Bruiser, Blade Monster, because that's seasonal, or that's sort of event based. But the big sixes, Shadow Leap is fun to play with, but is it a priority? Not really. But you can leap around the map. Just keep in mind that if you leap to flames, what do you call it? Flame spitters or immolators, you might lose a health chunk. So just be careful with that. Or you might leap into a mob or into the middle of like a firefight or something. Just yeah. But the 6 priority scarce traits are Berserker, Death Cheat, Rampage, Relentless, Remedy, and Shadow. Now the top 2 highest priority ones are obviously Death Cheat and Remedy, and then you got Shadow. But these ones are also useful. So Death Cheat, you won't lose your hunter when you go down. But you obviously lose your equipment and health chunks. So if you die, you go into the lobby, you'll still have your hunter, with the points, the remaining points. But you won't have your equipment, and you need to add your health chunks back. Rampage, when you kill an enemy while at least 1 health chunk is empty, triggers a restoration. So, say you were down to like 2 health chunks, or maybe 1 because say you fought an emulator and lost a couple health chunks. When you down an enemy hunter, you will restore all your health. So it triggers a restoration, or it's like using a recovery shot, but I think it fills all the missing ones. So if you're missing 2, that will fill that up. So this is a really nice trait to have. But when I see it, you generally want to get it. Relentless. Your hunter won't lose health when down. That is super important. It's like, see this one, how it says your hunter revives up to full health. But this one, you won't lose health when you're down. So that's why I said that these traits, when you see them, you grab them. You don't want to salvage them. You don't want to remove them in the loadout. When you get them, just keep them. Berserker is nice. The all melee attacks do double damage. So you're fighting bosses, especially. The bosses generally are more prone to damage by melee. This one will help with that, or just like mobs in general. Remedy, you trigger a restoration. Restoration means you recover health chunks. We're not talking about like you took damage and you still have a health chunk, but it's like a black bar instead of a red. It just means that you lost health, but the health chunk is still there. Losing a health chunk means that you lose the bar from, say, you either went down, or you got burned. Usually, if you get burnt, so when you take damage, you start obviously losing the red part of the bar, and then there's a gray sort of health. If you lose the gray one all the way down to empty bar, then you lose the health chunk. So this will trigger restoration, full restoration, meaning that you get the full bars, full health back. This is probably the second best trait, right behind Death Cheat. But basically, when you can only find this on the map as a trait spur, you can actually use Remedy on itself. So you say you picked up Remedy, and the trait spur, assuming it's still there, you can hold Dark Sight and hold mouse button 1, and it'll trigger the health restoration for your entire squad. And you could use it on other trait spurs too. Say you came across another trait spur like Lightfoot, you can use it on that. So Remedy is one of those thingies where you want to use it when it matters the most. Obviously, use it when your teammates are alive because it won't work on a dead teammate or knocked down teammate. I think. And then Shadow monsters can't see you, won't attack you, but they can still hear you. So yeah, Catalyst is also scare straight too. I already talked about that, but you can't just load it up. You gotta find it. But if you see it, it doesn't hurt to grab it because chances are you're probably running Vigilant, perhaps Pain Sense. And then I think there's Frontiersman somewhere. Frontiersman, where are you? Right there. So if you're running a lot of tools, it's always nice to have. Now if you're finding yourself that you're say like 10k now, you can spend a little bit. Do consider adding in something like if you're finding yourself running out of ammo box is nice. For me, I like to mess around with the traps because if we're rushing stronghold and I need to hold down the fort, then I prefer to bring traps. You can either bring alert ones, or concertinas. So keep in mind, like concertinas are 90, but poison and alerts are 30. So let's just say alert, say 30s. 30s fine, I guess. Now, what do you do now that you have the traits selected? So if you're wanting a weapon that requires a trait, you may need to use a box or two for that. I generally just prioritize the primary rifle. So let's say I ever wanted something that is capable of hitting at medium range. There's a good amount of selections, and if you want to be sort of meta ready, then as I said, choose a size 3 weapon and go with what you like. I think good all arounders, the 1865 carbine, the Vedali. I think just focus on these rifles. There are special ones, and you could get a Berthier, you can get Mosin, bows, Dolces, whatever. Some of these are a little bit on the pricier side. They did increase the price for Berthiers. Mosins is around 345. So if you don't have that, then don't worry about it. Bows are a little bit more skill based, so for new players, I don't recommend starting it unless you're really into it. So I just filter it by the ammo, compact to long, and then from here is kind of what you like. But for new players, I would say start out with the more affordable ones. So you got the Cavalry, Frontier, Carbine. Vedali is about 105. It's not too bad. I'd say it's more like a lower mid price weapon, but it has a lot of variants for it. So it is a bolt action. It's more like somewhere between like, it's between a carbine and a marksman rifle essentially. And it comes with, I believe it comes with like 5 to 6 shots before you have to do a full reload. Still have to go through the cycle animation, but yeah. So tier 3s. I think for most new players, the Frontier would be fine. And then you can move on to, say, Carbine or Vitally. Just try what, like, if I had to choose between those three, I'd say, and I'm really going for something more affordable, I would say the Carbine. It still does damage, as that and the Vitally run the medium ammo. Obviously, it's slower, but they'll hit. Frontier is also a decent option too. You can run that if you're, going for savings. So, for most new players, I'd say choose the rifle that has more rounds. If you're going for like marksman or sniping style, Federally or cavalry. So, say I wanted to do the cavalry. You could just keep it to just straight up regulars. But what I like to do is sort of a hybrid setup. So, do a regular and then do high velocities, just like that. And then this rifle is long ammo, so just keep that in mind. Now it's up to you what you want to do with the secondary, but you can run a two-slotted weapon. There's a lot of options, but remember what I mentioned is that if you want to stay within meta, then you'll be choosing a shotgun. So the cheapest option you got is the Romero. But remember, Romero is one shot, break action. You know, if you miss, you gotta reload. So, yeah. The Rival is what I go with. However, it is 155, the Mace edition. But the nice thing is it has this melee weapon on the back, so helps you kill emulators. They did reduce the ammo reserve down from, I think it used to be 6+2, now it's 2+4. Or 2+6 previously, and now it's 2+4. So they reduced the reserved ammo by 2. So, yeah. There's nothing to really bring with it. So you right click the item, go to item details, and I'll have some recommended traits, but sometimes they're not even necessary. Like, you don't need to bring Silent Killer unless you're going like full on stealth. But you got a shotgun. It's not like it's not a silent weapon at all. But I mean, meleeing in silence is okay. It's just if you're in the middle of a firefight, I don't know if that really is gonna help. Quartermaster is just a suggestion. But you absolutely don't need to bring Quartermaster. Because Quartermaster it's 8 points. But all it does is it increases your maximum slot. So right now, by default, everyone gets up to 5 slots they can use. All Quartermaster does is it adds 1 more slot for 6, but at the cost of 8 upgrade points. So I'm perfectly happy with 3 and 2 right now. I usually just stick it to 5. Like Quartermaster is like if you wanted to use like say a 5-slot weapon like these ones. Like the Maynard, the Nitro, the Auto, Mosin, Automat. And the only thing you can really add to that is a 1-slotted weapon, like a pistol or melee weapon or hand crossbow. But yeah, these weapons are, in terms of the upgrade points, I mean 8 to be able to use those weapons. You technically use those weapons by default because you still get 5, but you won't have a secondary slot unless you get Quartermaster. So yeah. I guess since I already have Serpent, I'll just keep it. Basically, it lets you pick up clues, rifts, or banish targets, and pick up bounty tokens from further away. And also, you can do it in beetle view too if you're using beetles. Guess the last thing is I need to get a trait for this weapon, so it's nice to have it with fast fingers. So yeah, there you go. Alright, before I start the match, let me just run to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Time is it? Okay. Oh, we wiped the 4.5-star team. That's crazy. What the heck? Holy, these guys are 5 stars. I downed a 6-star. Let me kill this hunter. Oh, this was the very last team that we fought. Yeah, this is the guy that I was chasing down at the end. He was tricky to catch. I was just surprised because it was the guy that was between the logs, like the pile of logs. He was like right in between. I'm surprised he continued to stand there as a 6-star. You know, this guy could tell was like a little bit highly elo because the way he was evading, and I couldn't hit him. But eventually we caught up to him. Jesus, we took on a 5-6-star team, and then this guy downed me from the window, and then our teammate shot this guy twice. I assume that the last guy got killed by someone else, or the other squad. Was this the second time I made it back to 5 stars? I mean, the key thing is stick with your teammate. If they're moving, you gotta move too. If they're staying, you gotta stay too. Till they're ready. More often than not, usually if you're playing with a 5-6 team, is they probably know what they're doing. And you just gotta follow with them and not be a nuisance. Also, it's one of those thingies where not dying first is kind of key. That's the trait of mine that I'm working on. Oh, God. I went the wrong way. Somebody's already started their scrap peek. I already have canvas. Homestead. Oh yes. So all at the beginning, the extraction points are hidden. So you pick up the scout map, and I'll show the 4 extraction points. Usually 2 are unlocked, and 2 are locked at the beginning. And then you can rotate them by using the chariot card. So there's south and the middle are locked. East and west are unlocked. Then when you use chariot card, all the locked ones will open, and then the open ones are gonna be locked. And you also lose a health chunk as well, so just be prepared for that. Generally, you want to use it where you can restore your health immediately after. So linear med tent, or right before you hit a bounty boss or something, or vanish.
We got another team coming. Let's hold off for a sec.
Two of us have to recruit skins. Recruits are just the free ones.
Coming across.
Heading west. One of them might have gone down.
I only saw 2. Did you guys see 3?
I saw 2.
Okay. They're right here at these trees.
They're over there by the West 280. I think I see 3 from my angle. You want to get a shot? I'm down for it.
I'll try and get a little closer look.
One per rock. Just holding off fire. They're moving in southwest 240. I think one of them are still behind somewhere.
We want to start pushing in, or up to you guys?
Yeah.
One up in that boat up there. Oh yeah, we gotta be careful.
Yep. Balcony. Center. The door.
Okay, I see them all move.
I did not. I swear to God. Gotta take care of the guy that's on the...
There's still one right there that keeps popping.
Oh, that's a dog over there. Get up. He's down.
Yeah, he's got poison. He's just gonna keep firing from that house right there in front.
Oh, fucking dog. Let me try. I can get my dog. I was like, I warned about this. Oh my God. I was about to shoot it with the shotgun, but it dashed right back at me. So what I was trying to do, I was trying to molly that doorway and then pick up the guy, but I should have killed the dog at the beginning. But they were starting to shoot at us too. Oh man. Okay. Let's say if you have a medium amount of $100, right? You want to do like you just picked up a couple hunters here. So you got a legendary one. It's just waiting until they go on discounts, by the way. Yeah, there's a bunch. Some of them you can only get by buying the DLC, like these guys. So they have the arrow icon, then those are DLC hunters. Some of these, like these two, you might find them on sale for 50% off. So I would just wait because the shop rotates. I think either weekly or bi-weekly or every 2 weeks. And also you can get them from the battle pass, but you have to get the battle pass and then grind it. You can get them from careers. You do a story challenge. For example, this one was one of them. I believe that there are free ones like this one, and then there are ones you have to buy, like this one. You have to purchase this, and then you can do the chapters, and then the rewards are here. This one came with 3 hunters, so that's crazy. This one came with 1, and then just weapon skins. This one, I believe. I think this one was free from what I remember. And you can get 1, 2, 3 hunters if you grind it. This one was you had this one you bought, but it came with this guy. The one guy and then the skins. So that's other ways. And then you go to careers and then I think you got a bloodline and prestige. You hit E or click on prestige levels. And then you can see that you can, if you prestige the first time, you get this guy. And then the third time, you get her, him, her. And you also get the skins. And then everything else is like blood bonds and stuff, which you can use to purchase stuff in the game. And then 20th, you get Sasha, 40, Prudence, and then Ricky, 60, 80 is Thaddeus, and John Victor's once you prestige 100. Prestige actually goes by fairly quickly in this game compared to other games that have some type of prestige system. But just keep in mind that anything you collected, weapons, cards, will all get reset. All the characters that you leveled up will get reset. It will tell you. Go to here, and then when you click on this, I'll tell you what will reset. So your rank will revert to 0. Obviously, your levels. So your prestige level will go up, but your rank on the right will reset to 1. There's prestige level 13 I am at, and then rank 100. There's people who obviously are like prestige 100, and then people who are, maxed out essentially. You don't have to prestige if you don't want to like deal with, because every time you prestige, you're gonna have to regrind some of the guns and stuff. So this, yeah. Gears, hunters will be lost. Equipment skin unlocks, hunter unlocks, blood bonds will be retained. This process cannot be done. I could see the only reason why you want to is to get the skins or the hunters. Some of these have tiers, so these two, they're tier 1, and then you can progress. You can level them up and get tier 2 and 3 version of their skin. I'll show that shortly. So remember, Jesse and Laura. These ones are just as they come, I guess. They don't have any additional like progress. They just, once you get them, you get them. So here. So Jesse's right here. This guy. And if you look at him on the upper right, you'll see it says 1. That means that you can, if you play him, hit 50, you'll unlock his tier 2 version. If you play that one and you hit 50, you unlock his third one, and then you get that. Jesse is that Gilly, and then same for her, Sasha. So tier 1, 2, and then 3, Gilly. But yeah, the other ones, I believe those ones are just, they don't have any sort of progression. So him, her, that person, and her, him, and him. They're all just one essentially. Okay. So let's say you wanted to play one of the hunters here. They're gonna cost $100, which is just in-game currency that you gain just by playing. Say I wanted to play this guy. You get 10 upgrade points right off the bat. How I would start it is, I mean, you start with the 3 core ones, so Bloodless, Necro, and Resilience. That's how I do it. You could also do Bloodless, Necro, and then you can do Bulwark and Vigilance. So Bloodless, Bulwark, Necro, Vigilant. But yeah, but you won't have Resilience. That's your preference, I guess. I guess we kind of do a build from scratch, like a straight up meta build. Let's see. No, I wouldn't suggest getting the birthday unless you know how to do the reload cancellation thing. The ammo reload thingy where you can replenish the missing slot by canceling the, or basically when you shoot, you hold the trigger down and you hit R, and then it will, because a birthday has 3 slots or 3 rounds before you do a reload or full reload. So when you hold the trigger down and you hit the R or reload button, then he will fill those missing slots without you losing ammo. But if you say you took a shot and you reload, you'll lose the remaining 2. Some guns just need the perk. If you know how to do the mechanic, then you don't need bullet grabber. But if you don't know how, or just don't have the time to deal with it, you may wanna hold off until you can get bullet grabber. So right now I'm gonna look at 3 slotted weapons, and I think in terms of well-rounded weapons, I would say maybe a Vetterly Silencer or Deadeye variant of it. Nothing wrong with the carbine either. It's just the long reload time, but it does hit pretty hard. Although it's a lower velocity, so you're gonna have to like kind of compensate for it in terms of windage and elevation. So whereas the Vetterly is a little bit quicker. I think what I'll do is I will start off with a Vetterly Silencer and do a high velocity round. So when you slap on the silencer, it's gonna lower the velocity. So you compare that to just a regular Vedali. So 3 right here. So yeah, it for this one it drops it by 62 meters per second. So the original one was 410. You put on the silencer, it drops the muzzle velocity to 348. Kind of remedied that with the high velocity rounds. I think this one puts it back at 100. So it brings it back up. And then a little bit past by 12, I believe. Okay, so now we got the primary. The 2-slotted weapons. It's kind of up to you. You can go Centennial, Vandal, melee. But yeah, you're just sticking with the meta. Just rival mace will do. But there's a whole bunch of other ones out there too. In terms of shotgun, you could still go pistols if you want, but if you have 2 slots, you might as well use that for a shotgun. If you have a bolt action rifle, you can drop in like a shorty Centennial to kind of compensate for like the slow reload. They get up close, you'll have something. Got the uppercut, drilling. I think out of all of these shotguns, I think the drilling is the strongest, because you get 2 medium rounds plus a shotgun round. But if you have, say, a bullet grubber on, say you had a Berthier and you had a bullet grubber trait, you can totally run Spectre or Terminus. So it's helpful to have that trait for those weapons. If you don't, then stick with the rival. It's also the Haymaker as well. Well, let's just say I wanted like a medium, like priced build with this game. I'll do this. I'll still run weak shots. I'm starting a fresh character. But yeah. Right now, the spear is pretty strong, because you can open the windows with it. But you have to get up close to the window and you'll make noise, obviously. So, we're talking about the stronghold. You don't need to bring in the throwing spear. You can also try throwing axes. You don't want to spend on those brass knuckles. Knuckle knife is a well-rounded choice. Just remember that if you need to kill the emulator with it, tap, don't hold. So if you do the tap, it will hit with the blunt side. If you hold for like even like a few seconds or like a millisecond, it will do the long or the strong attack animation and will stab. And if you stab the emulator, you will get killed. Or get burnt. I can go in Quad Derringer because I'm trying to level that. And obviously choke bombs. Here it's just a simple weak vitality. Most people bring in the full shot. Just remember that full vitality is 85, full regen is 105. So that's 190 every time you go into a match. So you need to save. Just go with the weak ones. Here it's up to you. You can do double bombs. I generally prefer running a wax dynamite, which is, where is it? Right here. And then a sticky bomb. Sticky bomb will help you kill bosses quicker. Meatheads, bears. Generally one tap on bear meatheads. For The bear, probably like 2 of them. But yeah, this is useful for almost all the boss, minus the assassin. If you just be careful when you're throwing it at the spider. So, yeah, 2 grenades is good. If you're kind of up close, if you tend to stay far away, you can either run traps or ammo box or whatever. If you're running a sniper, I would say run an ammo box. For me, I kind of like to run traps just because I need to know if players are hitting certain supply stations. So this is how I generally would run it. And then if you're in the loadout tab, you can save this. So say I have a loadout here, Italy. You hit C and I'll save it. Next time you go down and start a new hunter, you just click on it, hit F, and it will fill your current equipment. So it's a nice convenient way to load your character up quickly if you're just trying to get into the next round. For the melee weapon, I would say for starters, just start with the heavy knife. But I prefer that one because you can slash concertinas. You could shift to the knuckle knife, but you just gotta get used to knowing how to do the low light attack and heavy attack. But in terms of like priority for melee, for me, I think the throwing knives are kind of gimmicky and they don't do a whole lot of damage. But if you're trying to be stealthy, you could mess around with that. But the 2 ones that I prefer the most are either the spear or the throwing axes. I would say for obviously the spear is the strongest one. Helps you kill emulator faster. Kills boss faster. But I prefer the throwing knife because you can use that to cut through concertinas. Especially when you're in a kind of a sticky situation where you have to break through. You have no dynamite to blow it up. It's nice to have something that can slash. Remember, concertinas, you can either blow it up with dynamite, small, medium, large, or wax dynamite. I don't remember if a frag bomb or a grenade or I think sticky bomb and a frag grenade does not blow it up from what I remember. I would have to experiment with it. But I know for sure sticky bomb doesn't for whatever reason. But yeah, if you don't have a dynamite with you, you need something that is sharp and can slash. So obviously, if you have a sledgehammer, it won't work. You can technically destroy concertinas with the spear, but you have to throw it, and you waste a lot of stamina with it, and it takes a while. But it's possible. You just gotta find where the concertinas kind of overlap the most. Just throw it, and it'll start breaking it. Shovels can break the concertinas. Pitchforks. I think that stabs generally does not break concertinas. Anything that slashes will. It has to be a sharp slash. Blunt weapons obviously don't work. Shovel only works if you throw it. The nice thing about the spear is that the range allows you to attack from a safe distance. Especially when you're dealing with mobs or zombies. Because the throwing axe has a shorter range. But it's the one thing the spear does have advantage. Is able to hit from a further distance. And then when you throw it, it does more damage. So it's better at killing bosses. Oh. Can't. Okay, so sort of the general gist is in order to find on the upper left, you'll see in this current season, in this current event, there is a banishable boss that you don't need to fight. Just go up to it, hit F and banish it. So that's always going to be at the stronghold, which is right there. People, you know people are there because they're already starting the banishing. And on the upper left, I'll show it's at 35% completion. And then there's the regular boss, which is the butcher. So you gotta track him down on the map. The way to do that is you use dark side, go around the map and look for the blue wisp or blue smoke. Make your way towards there, and then hold F to pick up the clue. When you pick up clues, your map starts closing out where the boss is not at, so it'll gray it out, and then all the light area is where you may potentially be. Once you pick up 3 clues, then it will pinpoint where the boss is. This guy takes 3 hits with the termination. 3 hits, including with when you pull out the weapon. So when you pull a weapon out of like whatever you attack, it also does damage. Lord have mercy. I just remember to pull the weapon out of it. I totally forgot to pick it up. There it is. So essentially, when you have anything that's like a throwing weapon, throwing spear, throwing knife, throwing axes, even arrows, like when you shoot an arrow through a boss and you pull it, it does a little bit of damage when you take it out. With the throwing spear, it's more effective. That or axes. You notice that the boss gets staggered a little bit. That's how you kill things without taking too much damage, is you throw the spear at, let's say, a meathead, kite around him, try and pick up your spear again, and then pull it from him, throw it again, do it 3 times, and you're able to kill him pretty quickly. With bosses, obviously it's going to take more hits, but So you can stagger him a little bit. Make sure you have enough stamina. So sometimes you need to walk. See how he staggers him? Be careful, he's gonna frenzy when you attack him. And when he when he frenzies, he's kind of like hard to stagger. You see how the throwing spear can be pretty effective? Same thing with throwing ice. Throw it, pull back a little bit, throw it, pull back. Just try not to panic. Remember to just run in circles, you know? Run around, try not to get stuck, your foot stuck on something. And just, yeah, just try and be careful. There's a reason why I brought traps, because some entrances are just very like unsecured. So I try to like, even if the traps don't kill them, having them. Okay, so the okay, so the team at the stronghold, because they have the balloon, as it mentioned previously, you can put the bounty on the balloon cargo thing container, and then you can extract it. But they've done that. Now they're probably heading here. So we gotta. Our best guess is they might be heading south, east towards us from the northwest. Right here. They're heading from here. They're making their way across the river and heading to us. For all we know is they could be already here, because we did hear footsteps. The fudge? Those were my traps. I think a grunt walked right into it and triggered one of our traps. Dude, that scared the shit out of us. Never mind. That was a hive. Fucking. I didn't expect her to be that close. She has a shotgun. Oh, okay. GG's. Well, my teammate died right in the doorway. They're obviously right there. I was gonna open it, throw a sticky, and pull back, but she was like waiting. That was silly. I don't even know if I took a hit on her. Oh, that was a duo? Alright, let's join.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's kind of normal. I just regular matches.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I actually took a nap, so I didn't get on that long ago.
Yeah, I felt so silly. My cousin tried to help me through like unplugging and replugging things in, and then I just waited for my husband to come home, and then he pulled the monitor out, and he's like, "Well, the cord's kind of dangling." I'm like, "What? I thought I unplugged it and plugged it back in."
Yeah, that happened to me a few times. Well, good thing is nothing wrong with the monitor, right? Just
Yeah, I was so glad it wasn't like the monitor or the computer having an actual problem.
yeah. Spin, spin, spin. Spin, spin, spin. Tank boy. Reddit stock collapses 22% as AI eats away at user growth. If I had to assume how many players like in terms of like the overall base, I think like I feel like 40% of it has to be bots. AI bots. Charges dropped against former Olympian and over reflecting poll. What a waste of time and taxpayer dollars. This is like the worst DOJ in like the history of US. The water bend. What? Oh no, it's laggy. Oh no. Not trying to get killed by these grunts. Crap. Oh, no, I can't. Yo, freaking moonwalking here. Oh yeah, this is bad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I can't hit the zombie that's hitting me. What? My internet's fine. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, I'm gonna die. I'm about to die. Oh, I'm so dead. I am so dead. Let me check my speed test. My internet's slow, but it's on. Steam is stream is what the hell? I'm here, right? On stream? Yeah. My bad, guys. I don't know what the hell is going on in Hunt. Shoot. On a Friday? Damn. They want us to really touch grass. Gavin? Oh, the servers are dead. Alright, let me check. Let me check Discord. What did she say? Good thing it wasn't like I'm nearly maxed out hunter. Yeah. Community hub. Discussions. Oh, this was July 29th. Fair play. Task force roadmap update. See report follow-ups. What if I restart the game? I'm gonna restart Steam. I was trying to read if they have any maintenance or something to indicate like servers are down, or I don't know. Emergency hotfix, maybe hot patch. Didn't see anything on the Steam page. Guess we play music while we wait. Oh no. Lord have mercy. Hunt, please. Alright, I'm just waiting for her to extract. Oh shoot. No, 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 no. I'm not trying to do that. I guess while we wait, we can look at YouTube or something. My internet is acting up though. Oh shit. The I might have to restart the stream. Is that to reboot the router? Okay. Well. Okay, it just loaded a web page. But I don't know if I should jump into a match.
Ah, hello.
Hello. You guys made it out fine?
Yeah, it was so weird. We started lagging so bad. I was like, I see birds, but I didn't hear any noise. I said my ping's like 500 or something, so I don't know if that's true. What's happening? And then the guy's like, oh, I got every symbol possible in the corner as well. And then all of a sudden he's like, wait, our teammate's dead. And we turned around and you were just red skulled, and your body was getting dragged from one side of the compound to the other. And then we were warping around as well. Like, it was so weird. And then we got stuck there for several minutes of just like we couldn't move. Grunts wouldn't die. We couldn't pick anything up. We couldn't shoot. Like, it was just weird. I finally made it over to the church. We heard shooting down south, and then he made it over finally. He grabbed the map so we could get to an extract. And he's like, "Oh, those people are probably trying to get to extract where the shooting's from." And so then we were able to get out.
Nice. I don't know if it was my internet or the hunt in general.
I think it was internet, or like, sorry, I think it's Hunt, because we're
Yeah.
all having that.
Yeah. There was a grunt with a torch just waiting for me, so
Oh, that's what red skulled you.
yeah.
Damn.
I couldn't attack it because it was like there's nothing in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully everything's okay. I hope. My bad. If your stream was buffering, just refresh or hit F5 or something. If you're on mobile, just close out and reopen the stream. Should be fine. Sorry about that. Oh, it's not a good sign. It's long load time.
Twee, right? If I were to spell T-W-A, what would that sound like? Twa, right? Okay, that's really good. Here, you take that piece of paper, but don't let her see it. Just take that away, okay? What about T-W-E?
Twee.
Twee, right? Twee. T-W-E sounds like
Twee.
twee. Okay, you can take that away. Don't help her, guys. Don't help her. What about T-W-I?
Twist.
Twist. If I were to spell T.
This is a 3-minute long video. Come on. YouTube bans popular ASMR artists, accusing them of making sexually gratifying videos. What? Dude, I don't know if everyone knows this or anyone knows this, but there is, you know the whole ID bullshit that they're trying to pull on Steam and then on everything else? That's a conservative group that's driving that. So the whole censorship thing and all that nonsense, that's all conservative groups pushing that. The lawmakers be making a bank from these lobbying groups, but yeah. Yeah. In a wood bow. them okay, but latency is a little bit. It's about the same now. It's a minor hiccup, I guess. Oh. Heck yeah. Dog's doing yoga, man. Yep, there. Oh. They just all three attacked at the same time.
Boss is here.
Yeah. Chess. Supersonics.
Spits your ammo downstairs.
Yep.
In a cash register.
Doctor.
Confirm that. Oh, I already have it apparently.
Oh, come on. Please. Alright, I'm trying to figure out where all the doorways are. Large gates. Double doorway. Single doorway there. Wait, isn't there like another doorway on the side of it? Oh no, it's just that one. Sometimes the layers will have traps. Okay. This one had apparently 1, 2, 3, 4 bear traps that came with it.
Horse, southwest, I think.
Alright. Is there a way to get up? There's just so much zombies that I can't really like. Yeah. Oh, this is this part of the building. I did not see that. I didn't even notice that was a thing.
Oh, that makes sense. Putting a barrel down there. There's south as well.
No peephole over here. It's happening again. Sheesh. Maybe it's my internet. I'm about to restart. Oh no. Yeah. Shoot. Crud. I don't know if it's just me. Oh no. Oh no. Crap. It's not only me, right? Yeah? Oh, she's doing the Matrix on us. What in the parkour is going on? Oh no, if I can't see them, then I'm gonna get smoked. Yeah. Crap, 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 crap. No way, dog. I'm gonna have to restart my modem. Figure this out. Are you lagging too? Oh no. What if one player can affect all? Is that a thing? That a thing? That'd be funny if they get killed by the zombies on the outside of the building. I'm getting all of the icons. You see on it, right? All of it. Is it me? Alright, but I should have put this down. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it didn't. It didn't go through. It's What does this mean? I can't be the only one, right? Okay, I'm back. What the fudge? I can't see from this angle. We've been standing here for 9 minutes. Is there a way to close this doorway? Okay, I can move now. That noise. That's a piano that he's tinkering around with. It's the longest standoff of my life. There's a guy like right out here that I can't see. What the hell? What? How? But how? Oh, someone closed this doorway. What? I mean, this window. How's that thing? Okay, I'm fine now. Okay. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. They're not pushing in. Why can't I do it? Oh, god damn it. What the hell? Oh my lordy. How did we get like five, like 6 traps down here? I mean, we got 2 traps down here and then another like 3 upstairs, 3 to 4 upstairs and 2 down here. Hmm. It only took them forever to reach us, you know? The dude, I can see him, but I can't hit him because he's juking it and I'm freaking like lagging out. Let's just exit before it gets worse. Yeah. Uh-oh. She here? Good thing we always have backup games. Cough. I need a behind. A week behind. Dude, we literally, we had to outwait them because they, like, well, everyone was lagging, so I don't think they wanted to push us. They saw traps. We didn't want to push out because it's laggy. I can't believe I downed 2. Dude, if I didn't miss that third guy, I would have been 3. Pearly pearl. I think I should restart my modem just in case. 'Cause if the lag, the thing is, I don't know if this is true, but I think if one player is laggy on your team, the rest of the team is gonna feel it. Or it could be Hunt. I don't know, but I was speed testing outside of Hunt, and like my download and uploads are fine, but for the moment that Hunt was lagging, I couldn't load a web page, and I don't know if that's related. Wait, I'm 5-star? How? She plays better than I do.